This is the AI News Flash for August 18th, 6 p.m. UTC. First up, LinkedIn has released a new global report analyzing women's representation in AI jobs across 27 countries. In 2025, women held roughly 1 in 4 new AI roles, at 26%, far below the roughly one-half share they hold in non-AI jobs. At AI companies, women make up just 13% of executive leadership roles, while a typical AI job posting advertises a median salary of $177,000 more than double the $80,000 for non-AI roles. The gap is starkest at the top. The buzzy member of technical staff role, with a median listed salary of $223,000, went to men 82% of the time, while data annotator jobs at $51,000 were close to gender parity. The findings suggest the AI hiring boom is compounding the gender pay gap, with the highest paying roles skewing heavily male. Next, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration has published a discussion paper and opened a public comment period on how to regulate generative AI-enabled medical devices. The agency is seeking input on risk assessment, pre-market evaluation, post-market monitoring, and other issues specific to generative AI devices, from manufacturers, clinicians, researchers, and consumers. Comments can be submitted on regulations.gov under docket number FDA 2026 N-7874 with a deadline of October 19th.
Digital Health Center of Excellence Director Rick Abramson said generative AI-enabled medical devices are poised to reshape the health technology landscape, and the FDA has an important responsibility to provide thoughtful leadership for this new era.
The move follows the agency's January 2025 draft guidance on AI-enabled device software, marking the start of a regulatory framework built specifically for generative AI in medicine. Third, MIT researchers have published a study in Nature Communications showing that AI-generated images often cannot be traced back to any specific training data. The team built a diffusion ensemble architecture, training multiple smaller models on different data slices, which allows exact removal of specific training examples without retraining, enabling true counterfactual testing. Testing 24 ensemble models on 7 public collections including CFAR10 and Celeba, with datasets from 256 to over 160,000 images, they found that as datasets grow, the influence of any individual training example decays following an inverse power law. At scale, removing a single image, all works by one artist or all photographs of a specific person produced negligible changes in the generated output. The result has major copyright implications, since outputs that cannot be attributed to specific training data may not qualify as derivative works. Cornell law professor James Grimmelman noted that attribution will fail for interesting models. And finally, former U.S. presidential candidate Andrew Yang is proposing that families receive $15,000 a year as artificial intelligence transforms the American economy. Yang argues that payment should come from AI companies' profits, framing them as compensation for personal data, and says that data is being sold and resold for about $300 billion a year. He criticized the concentration of wealth, saying AI companies are about to IPO at trillion-dollar valuations while ordinary people see nothing unless they happen to hold pre-IPO stock. Yang, who ran on universal basic income in 2020, made the proposal in an interview with Scripps News, adding that political leaders remain out of touch with AI's economic impact, as debates over AI taxation and data dividends heat up again. That's all for this AI News Flash.